Hello you guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here. So in today's video, we are going to be doing another top WFABB MLM fails. So if you guys are not familiar with WFABB is a team that used to be in Monate, and then they pretty much transferred their team to now iGenius. iGenius is an MLM that deals with like crypto investing and stuff like that. So they moved from doing Monate and selling shampoo to going over to iGenius and talking about crypto and investing and everything like that. I have a full-on series about this team on my YouTube channel that I can link all of those videos down below. But 3 months ago, I decided to do instead of like a top MLM fails, I decided to do a top WFABB fails where I really dedicated a whole video to kind of talking about this team and kind of going through what it is that they would post and stuff like that to reel people in. So today we're going to be doing another one, a top WFABB fails number 2. And I've been thinking about doing this as like a series for other huge teams also. So let me know if you guys want me to do that below. So with that being said, in my previous WFABB videos, I did not blur these individuals that are in today's video. So I will not be blurring them in today's video because they're unblurred in the other one. So if you actually click on a video down below that I will be linking, you will see their face. It would be pretty much pointless to blur them in this video. So with that being said, I do want to mention that since you guys will be seeing their face, the thing I am going to do is I'm going to blur out their Instagram handle because I do not want people to actually go over to their Instagram. You will just be able to see their face. So I want to put a disclaimer out there. Please, please, please do not go to these individuals' Instagrams. Do not harass them. Do not go and comment. If you have anything that you want to talk about, do it in the comment section down below. And that could be our way to really talk about the things that they are posting. My second disclaimer would be, please keep the comments free of any personal attacks on these individuals. Do not post their Instagram handles or anything like that. Don't talk about their looks or none of that because I will delete it. If you post their Instagram handle or if you are talking about the way they look or anything like that, that defeats the purpose of my video, which is to educate about multi-level marketing companies and to bring awareness to MLMs and to really debunk a lot of the misinformation that goes on within MLMs and to kind of talk about the manipulation tactics that happen with multi-level marketing companies. And that would defeat that purpose if there are comments like that. So if you make any comments like that, I will delete them. Let's keep this video about what they are saying, not who they are, and let's get into it. Sorry for all the disclaimers. So the first two videos that we are going to watch are two from the top person in WFABB. So the leader of WFABB, the person at the tippy top, the person that is making the money from all of the people that are in WFABB, that would be this individual here. So let's see. The first video is a minute and let's see what she has to say.
Somebody asked me, well, why do you social sell? And I was just like, why not? Let me educate you guys a little bit about why I love to do what I do. It's because I get to cash flow day one. You see, majority of businesses, it takes 2 to 5 years until you get your initial investment back. Whereas if you were to social sell, right, you'd get into cash flow day one. As long as you're opening up your mouth and you're promoting. And so if somebody were to ever ask me if I would stop, hell no, because I'm a businesswoman and I understand using a product that pays me every single day. All it is, guys, is a shift of mindset, okay? A lot of you guys are on here not making any type of online income. All you guys are doing is liking, commenting, scrolling, gossiping, providing no value whatsoever. When the reality is if you guys are on here, you guys should be making some type of online income and also providing value so that you are impacting while you're making that income. And so if you were to ask me if I were to ever stop social selling, never, because it allows me to have cash flow and also impact at the same time.
So the first thing that I wanted to talk about with this is this Instagram story, like what she is saying, she actually is pinned to the highlights on her Instagram. So if someone knows nothing about multi-level marketing companies and they come across this individual's Instagram, they will be able to find these video clips. So this is something that is pinned on her Instagram that will stay there until she takes it off. So that's why I felt it was really important to talk about. But also the first thing she says is in multi-level marketing companies, she gets into cash flow day one. She said normal businesses, it takes 2 to 5 years until you get your initial investment back. But if you social sell, you will get into cash flow day one. So she's trying to say that if you go into multi-level marketing companies, you will automatically, one, instantly get your investment back and you will be able to make that profit. You'll be able to make not only the investment back, but make more money on top of what you're investing in your MLM. So first off, based on my knowledge of joining iGenius, they have 4 different tiers. They have a choice tier, select tier, premium tier, or elite tier. And it states that it's required to to have the elite membership to receive all of the benefits of iGenius's like income, like the amount of ways that you could earn their income, if that is true and that is the tier that you need to have when you join, in order to do that, it's a one-time fee of $1,500 and a monthly fee of $175, which is a lot of money up front. So she's trying to say that if you spend that money, you're gonna earn it back right away, which honestly is not true at all. When these individuals, WFABB, was in Monate, I literally heard them say that it takes time to make money. Don't expect it to come right away. It's not a get rich quick scheme. But now they say you're gonna make your investment back day one. If you do buy and use that one-time payment of that $1,500 or that $1,000 it costs to join iGenius, you're gonna make that back right away. Sadly, that's not true for most people. Most people are not gonna make that money back right away when they join your MLM. It doesn't matter what MLM you're in, whether it's Monate, whether it's iGenius, whatever MLM you're in, you're probably not going to receive that investment back until a long time, if you ever receive that investment back. Unless you're someone that has a large social media following, say you have like 100,000 followers and you can post about, iGenius one time and people will buy into it, that's probably when you're going to be able to make that money back right away. Or if you have a lot of family that is willing to buy the product. But other than that, you're not going to make that money back right away if you're going to make that money back right away. Because in multi-level marketing companies, not only do you pay that initial fee to get started, you're also going to have to constantly pay for monthly fees to keep yourself active. So that can cost anywhere from $50 to $150 to stay active in multi-level marketing companies. On top of that, most MLMs have business fees. Business fees in MLMs actually just give you access to like an online website. So the MLM pretty much says, hey, we're giving you access to this online website, so we're going to charge you and we're going to call it a business fee. Literally 90% of MLMs have this business fee, whether it's a monthly business fee or like an annual business fee that you're going to have to keep up with. On top of that, you're going to be paying for trips that you're going to have to go on. Even if this individual, because I've seen her people in WFABB say that the trips that they go on are free, I know that's not true based on multi-level marketing companies. And if you actually look into their trip opportunities, 100% of MLMs do not pay for a full trip. They don't pay for flight, hotel, excursions, all of your food. They don't pay for every single thing that you are going to get on that trip. So they're not free. So not only are you paying monthly fees to stay active and business fees, you're going to be paying for trips because again, they're not free and they're not cheap either. The locations that these MLMs have these reps go to. On top of that, you're going to have to continue to keep up this facade on social media to showcase this luxury lifestyle that you live, which is also not cheap. With WFABB, the biggest thing that I've seen about them that I've made a literal video about was the difference between what they show on social media compared to what happens behind the scenes. This team is one of the largest teams to promote a luxury lifestyle that I have ever seen. When I look into multi-level marketing teams, this is the #1 team, in my opinion, when it comes to all multi-level marketing companies who promotes that luxury lifestyle. So what happens when you join the MLM and you don't have that much money? Maybe you're joining because you're in a vulnerable spot where maybe you don't make much money. Maybe you're a college student, maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you don't have revenue coming in from yourself. Maybe just your spouse is working. When you're someone in that position and you join, you're going to have to start keeping up with that luxury lifestyle that the team is promoting. And this team does it more than any other team I have ever seen in multi-level marketing companies. So not only do you have all those other fees I talked about, you also have to keep up with that luxury lifestyle that team promotes, because that's how they get a lot of people to join them. They're always promoting luxury. They're promoting all of these things that they gift each other, and Louis Vuitton bags and Dior and all of these things that they gift each other, on top of all of these very expensive trips they go on. They rent out yachts to go on, which aren't cheap. So with that, it's not free. Nothing in a multi-level marketing company is free, and you definitely aren't going to earn your investment back with this team instantly. You're not going to join and be in cash flow and be making profit day one. They just want you to think that because they're probably doing that. This individual, when she moved from Monate to iGenius, she brought over, I believe, 50 people with her. Is the total amount that they talked about on a team call. They said that they brought over 50 people with them. So imagine 50 people instantly signing up with you and they're all having to spend like over $1,000. That top person is going to be making their money back instantly. If they had to spend $1,000 and then the people under them, like 50 people, also spent $1,000 and you're earning commissions off of that, you're going to make that money back instantly because you're at the top of the pyramid and you were lucky enough to be able to bring those people with you. Most people, when they join MLM, MLMs don't have that. They don't have a huge amount of like people to bring with them. So they're not going to be in cash flow right away. The next thing she said was, as long as you open your mouth and promote the MLM, then you're going to make it there. You're going to make your investment back. So she's trying to say that as long as you promote it, you're going to see success. If this was true, every single person in an MLM would be at the top. Every single person would be making profit in a multi-level marketing company. So many people join MLMs. They do exactly what their, upline says. They promote it daily. They go on all of the team calls. They go on all of the trips. They do every single thing that their upline tells them to do, and they still don't see success. Because like the FTC states, most people who join MLMs will make little to no money, or they'll even lose money when they join MLMs. So unfortunately, the fact is that when most people join, they will probably make no money, lose money, or go into debt in a multi-level marketing company. And that's backed up by income disclosure statements and all of that too. With that being said, I couldn't find an income disclosure statement from iGenius. I tried to. So unfortunately, I can't look at iGenius and show you guys the income that each rank is earning annually because they don't have it. Based on my knowledge, they don't have an income disclosure statement. But when this team was in Monate, I was able to show you guys that the average person was making like $800 a year. In MLMs in general, when you look at things like the John M. Taylor study or the AARP study, most people in MLMs aren't making a profit, let alone making enough to keep up with this luxury lifestyle. The last thing she says, all it is just a shift of mindset. And this kind of goes back to what I just said when it comes to opening your mouth and promoting the MLM. So many people join MLMs and they shift their mindset to seeing success and they still never do. They still never join and they're able to make that profit or to even make their investment back. So if everyone could just be like, oh, today my mindset is I'm going to be rich, then we'd all be rich. But that's not how the world works. That's not how life works. That's not how MLMs work. That's really something that is an issue when it comes to multi-level marketing companies. And the issue with this business model is that it's not about the fact that someone has the right mindset. It's not about, oh, you need to work harder. It's not about, oh, you need to just open your mouth and promote it and you're going to see success and you're going to be making profit. It has nothing to do with that. Most people won't make that profit. And that's the truth about MLMs. So let's see the next video that she posted. It is a long one. We're going to watch it all. It is 4 minutes long and we'll chat after.
Hello friends, we are in bright colors today. We got the hair done. We got the WFABB brooch. I think that's how you pronounce it. And guys, today I got dolled up because I went to the other room to take some dope content, okay? Because it's what I do. I love what I do. And I know a lot of you guys are like, yeah, this sounds too good to be true. What's the catch? Like, you can't just be making a living off of creating content all day. The catch is you got to work hard. Creating content still takes consistency. It still requires the success habits that you need in order to have a successful business, right? Of course, this is not the only thing I do is create content. I run a whole organization where I'm teaching other people how to utilize social media so that they can start monetizing off of it instead of just scrolling all day and doing nothing and not earning an income. Anyways, I wanted to quickly come on here because I'm getting an overwhelming amount of messages wanting more information on how you can get involved with WFABB and start earning an income online. So I put a system in place. I have an assistant, of course, that goes over all the DMs of people who are interested in wanting more information about getting involved with WFABB. And I need you guys to go through this process so that you can pick your package and you can get started with WFABB and you can get on a call with me one-on-one so I can onboard you and help you get started. But prior to that happening, guys, there's a system, and the system is my assistant will ask you where you are located in because we need to know if we can operate in your country. My assistant will ask you how old you are so that we know that you're 18 years and above. And then my assistant will send out a 30-minute video for you to watch. And this is a requirement. You need to watch this 30-minute video, okay? And I only want to work with people who understand what it takes to get to the next level in their life. And if you cannot watch a 30-minute video, then clearly you don't understand what it takes to get to the next level in your life, okay? So I need you guys to watch this 30-minute video And you probably will still have questions, and it's understandable. It's very new to somebody who wants to elevate in their life. So once you are done watching the video, you send me a thumbs up, and then I answer any questions that you have. So this is where I get involved now, okay? My assistant sends out the qualification questions, the video for you to watch, and then once you're finished, then I will start answering your questions through voice messages. And I do this because I have a lot of fake accounts that will try to message you, pretend to be me, and try to scam you. So this is where now I get involved. I start answering all your questions, and then together we help you pick out a package in order for you to get started with WFABB. Once you pick out a package, we schedule a one-on-one Zoom call where I onboard you and I help you get started. And this is where we will virtually meet, okay? And this is the process, you guys. I wanted to come in here and tell you guys, because some of you guys are like, well, I want to get on a call with you. I need you to answer the qualification questions first. I need you to watch the video so that you know exactly what we do, how we do it, and see if it's something that you even see yourself doing. And then I get on the call with people who are serious, who know which package they want to go with, and we go from there. And I become your coach, and I teach you everything that's helped me have massive success and what's helped a lot of people in WFABB have massive success. Okay, guys? With that being said, we have a call tonight in 30 minutes, a trading call. I'm excited. This is a skill set that pays you guys, and you don't want to miss out on this. So if you are in WFABB, friends, you definitely want to be on this call. You don't want to miss out. And for those that are not in WFABB yet, I suggest you guys message me right now so that I can get you started in the next 30 minutes so you can be on the call at 8 p.m. Love you guys.
Okay, so there are two things that I want to talk about when it comes to this 4-minute Instagram story. So one, she talks about the content creation and the fact that she makes a living off of creating content every day, that she loves that. And that's amazing. Like, creating content, love it. I love creating content. I think a lot of people do make a living creating content. But the problem with this is that multi-level marketing reps don't make a living off of creating content daily. And let me break that down. So what MLM reps want you to believe is that when you join their MLM, you're going to be doing the same thing that an influencer does, using influencer marketing or using content creation. But honestly, it's quite the opposite. What happens with content creation and influencer marketing is completely different than what happens in a multi-level marketing company, and the ways they make money are completely different. Creating content as a multi-level marketing rep is going to do one thing. What it's going to do is hopefully, and that is hopefully, help you reach enough people to where one day those people that you reached during, uploading that content will hopefully buy your product one day or join your team, like your multi-level marketing team, join your downline so that you can make money off of their work. That's pretty much what happens. With creating content, multi-level marketing reps do have to continue to make content every day because that gives them a better chance at more people seeing their content. And then hopefully by people seeing their content, they will one day join their team or buy their product. Without people actively buying the product and actively joining the team, and then when those people join the team, they actively recruit people and they continue to buy products or, those monthly fees that your company may have, or your upline can make commission off of it. Without that, you're not going to make a dime in a multi-level marketing company. You need people to buy that product. You need people to join your team. And then when they join your team, you need them to continue to buy products, and you need them to also actively recruit people so that you can make money. Without that, just creating content is not going to make you money in a multi-level marketing company. You'll make $0 just creating content in an MLM. That's why it's not and never will be the same thing as influencer marketing or being a content creator. Now, do these top reps in WFABB have a large enough following to actually do influencer marketing? I think, yeah. I think they have a large enough following to do influencer marketing, but that's not what they're choosing to do. They're choosing to be in an MLM where people have to join them in order for them to make money. They're not deciding to do something like influencer marketing, where what you do is you work alongside brands, and brands pay you a flat rate to post about a product. So you're getting paid whether the person buys the product or not. So for example, if I worked with Simply Modern or Simple Modern, this cup company, and I decided to sign a contract with them saying that I'm going to get paid $500 to post one video, I'm going to get paid $500 to post that video whether someone buys the product or not. That's that's influencer marketing, where you kind of do those flat rates. So with content creation, you can actually join a social media platform, for example, TikTok. You can join TikTok. If you get a following on TikTok and you qualify for the TikTok Creator Fund, what will happen is you will get paid off of your views that you make off of your TikToks. So you don't have to sell a product. All you have to do is post content and you can make money based on your views. Same thing goes for YouTube AdSense. YouTube AdSense happens when you hit a certain threshold, like having the amount of watch hours they want you to have and having the amount of followers they want you to have, to now join YouTube AdSense. And what that does is you get paid based on ads that are placed on your videos. People don't have to buy a product. They don't have to do anything but watch your video and you get paid YouTube AdSense. So that would be more along the lines of, oh, I make money, posting content. Because if you make money posting content, you're probably making money through like TikTok Creator Fund or like YouTube AdSense, or now Instagram is also paying people. They're doing like Instagram Reel bonuses and stuff like that, where you can make like a couple $100. Some people are making thousands of dollars just posting Reels. You don't have to actually sell a product. You don't have to wait for someone to buy a product or join your team where they now have to make people join their team to make money. All you have to do is post content and go about your day. But these individuals don't decide to go that route, but they try and make it seem like that is the route that they take. They're trying to make it seem like just by creating content, they make money, but that's not the truth. You have to actually join their MLM and you have to actively recruit and buy products for them to continue to make money off of you. And they don't choose to go that route. So it's definitely completely different. The next thing she says is that she has an assistant that kind of does all of her messaging for her and she doesn't really have to do that. I found this interesting and I haven't talked about this in a long time. I think I've mentioned it before, like here and there, but I thought I would go more in depth in this video about it. So the reason I think it's important for reps to see this is so that they can understand, like the FTC says, that no matter how hard you work in an MLM, most people will never get to that level. Most people would never get to the top of an MLM or even make a profit in an MLM, no matter how hard that they work. No matter how hard they work, they probably won't be able to get to the level that that top rep is, who has the money to actually hire an assistant to do most of the work for them. So most people end up leaving their MLM feeling like it's their fault. They have a lot of, guilt, have a lot of feeling like, oh, I wasn't successful because I just didn't try hard enough. I wasn't successful because I decided to go to my child's birthday party instead of reaching out to people and trying to get people to join my MLM. They have a lot of guilt around that and a lot of shame around that when they leave their MLMs. And I want them to know, and I want you to know, if you're an MLM rep deciding to leave or you're debating to leave because you're not seeing money and you're wasting a lot of time on the multi-level marketing company, I want you to realize that most of these MLMs that are at the top of this MLM, they're not doing it themselves. They're going to preach for you to do it. They're going to preach that you need to be cold messaging and doing all of these things when they're most of the time not even doing those things themselves. They are having actual freaking assistants do the work for them and they're barely doing anything. All they have to do is talk to someone, one day when their assistant is done getting them, into watching these videos and stuff. So I want you to realize that most people who are at the top of an MLM don't do it all themselves, because it's impossible to do everything an MLM wants you to do by yourself. And I want you to know that the MLM structure is not made for everyone to see success. And that's pretty much been proven by statistics and literally mathematically, that not everyone can join an MLM and recruit enough people to get to the top of a multi-level marketing company without us running out of enough people in the world to recruit to the MLM. So I feel like realizing that can take a lot of time for people who leave an MLM, and realizing that it wasn't their fault that they didn't see success, because a lot of people spend literally years in an MLM working their ass off, spending years in a multi-level marketing company, spending 40 hours a week on their MLM, and they still don't see success. So I want you to take that time to realize that it's not your fault. And I know that taking time outside of an MLM to kind of like deprogram and get out of that mindset that it wasn't your fault takes a ton of work. And I just want you to know that a lot of other people that have been in MLMs have felt that same way and have had to work through those same feelings, and you're not alone in that feeling. And that it's not your fault that you didn't get to the top of an MLM. MLMs aren't made for everyone to succeed, and it's that simple. So let's move on to the next individual. I actually got this off of an anti-MLM Instagram account called girlbosseswhogrift. So thank you to this individual for posting this. I actually had seen it on my timeline and I had saved it, so I was like, ooh, I'd want to talk about this. So thank you to this person for posting it. So let's see what this person has to say.
This whole freaking thing that talks about the different things, the different reasons why people have problems, right? And on the bottom is environment, attitude, skill sets, core values, And then the second last one is identity, and the last one is spiritual. Now, identity is, I feel like, where a lot of people are at. You may have the skills, you may have been showing up, you may have been posting, you may have been working on your attitude, working on your environment, you have the right values, but it's your identity, it's your belief. It's what you feel like you deserve subconsciously that is holding you back. And that is changed. That identity shift, a lot of the time, comes from being inspired, comes from seeing, different situations, seeing success in front of you, and just having like an epiphany, right? Literally having an epiphany. And I've seen this happen most frequently at events, okay? At events, I see this happen. I've seen people in the industry go from making no money for months, like not having any results because their identity is so low. And they go to an event and they literally have like an epiphany. They just come out recharged and they see the world differently and they see themselves differently. And when you can see yourself differently, your world will change. So if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, I'm telling you that this may be the identity shift that you need. So figure it out. You're an entrepreneur. Figure out a way to get to Vegas so you can have this identity shift. You know where to get tickets?
Okay, so I don't fully agree with what she's saying, that you're not, seeing that success in an MLM because you don't think that you deserve it. I think plenty of people join an MLM and feel like they deserve to see success. I feel like a lot of people do, and they still don't see success because it's proven not to work for everybody. But I really wanted to talk about the trip part because I don't think I've talked about this. I know I talked about it with my friend before about me going on trips and kind of what that did to me mentally and watching what it did to other people. And, when I got out of my MLM, really taking a step back and looking at this with a fresh perspective, it really changed my mind to what happens in an MLM when it comes to these trips. So this individual pretty much wanted to say that she mostly sees things happen at events. Like she sees an identity shift happen at events where people have more inspiration and motivation. She says that she's seen people, not make money for months in the MLM. And then when they go on the trip, they see that they make money when they come back from the trip or during their period on the trip. I have a couple reasons why I think that this happens. Not the whole identity shift, but I have a theory or a couple theories on why this happens when it comes to people making money, like why they go on a trip and then they're able to recruit a lot of people within that time that they're on that trip. So like I said, when I looked back on the 5 MLM trips I went on, I went on 2 retreats. I went to Tony Robbins with my upline sending us there. Like we had to pay for our own airfare and food while we were there, but she bought us the ticket to actually go to Tony Robbins. So I went to Tony Robbins and then I went to Summit. And what else did I go to? Oh, leadership retreat. So it was a leadership retreat from the company that sent me there. So I've been on 5 trips with an MLM. So I really feel like I learned a couple things. Number 1, I learned that the more I went to events, the more I got motivated. So this kind of goes to what the person was saying about getting inspired. So I feel like that motivation only really lasted maybe like a couple months. And then after that couple months where your motivation would kind of like dip because you're still not seeing success in the MLM, another event would happen, or a weekend event would happen, or a summit would happen, or something would happen, some sort of event or thing that the company would do to re-jog your motivation again. So this really made me question, are events only done not to really help the reps? It's not to actually train the reps into knowing something new that could, help them succeed. These trips are really meant to just give reps enough motivation to continue in the MLM, even when they don't see success. Because what happens is you go on this trip, you come back motivated. So even if before the trip you were thinking about quitting the MLM, once you leave that trip, trust me, some people actually go to the trip and they see the manipulation, but most people come back and they're, oh, I'm inspired, I'm motivated, I'm gonna do whatever I can to see success. And then they still don't see it. So what happens is this just makes reps stay longer. This has reps continue to buy products, continue to stay active, and continue spending money and time and putting that into the MLM even more, even if they're not seeing success. So I feel like these trips are to get reps to stay even longer, and that's really the backstory within it. I don't feel like there's really much else that goes into these trips besides how can we motivate our rep to keep going and kind of how can we bribe them? Because these leadership retreats at the top people go on, to me looking back, it was just a whole bribe fest. It was how can we bribe this top rep to go back to her team and tell them how amazing we are? So I feel like these trips manipulate manipulate and bribe their reps to continue even if they're not seeing success in an MLM. Number 2, another thing I learned about these events is all they do is parade around the top earners with the hopes to convince everybody that is at that trip to keep going because they'll see success too one day if they just keep going. That's not true. All these trips do is you go, they parade around the top rep, they have the top reps walk across stage, they have the top reps share their stories, they have the top reps share their success tips that aren't really going to help anybody because they're not really this like amazing way to make money in an MLM. It's just pretty much doing exactly what people are already trying to do. So I feel like these trips just utilize these top reps and they use them to hopefully help convince people that everyone else can see success too. So what happens is you're going to go to that event and you're going to crave the feeling of being a top rep yourself and standing on stage like everybody else. I remember seeing that happen. Like so many people would go to the events and they would see the top reps on stage and then they would leave and be like, oh my God, I want that to be me. I can't wait to do that. So it just motivated people to want to be that top rep that's on that stage. And then number 3, FOMO, the fear of missing out. That's what FOMO is. If you're not sure what it is, I didn't know what FOMO was a couple years back. So this person stated that she would see people who weren't making money for months go on a event or go to the trip, and then they would make money leaving the event. And I have a theory about this, and it revolves around FOMO. So I found that anytime an MLM event like happened, what would go on during that time, and I still find it happens. If I watch top reps during an MLM trip, I see this happen. What happens is they not only create FOMO for their teams, but they create FOMO for their social media platforms. So on these trips, what they're going to try and show is kind of that FOMO aspect, and they're going to try and show their audience a couple of things. They're going to try and show the luxury lifestyle. For example, if they're in a very fancy hotel, if they're getting gifts when they go to their hotels, which a lot of the top reps do, they're going to share it on their social medias to kind of show that FOMO, like, ooh, you could have a luxury lifestyle if you were just in the MLM with us. Next thing that they're going to do is they're going to utilize the travel perks as a way to promote that FOMO, like, ooh, you could have travel perks if you join this MLM. And 3, the community. I feel like the community aspect is the biggest aspect that happens with FOMO on these trips. So I feel like what happens is the community aspect that revolves around these events allows for the people that are in the MLM and who went on the trip to promote the community aspect on social media even more and kind of show proof of the community to where they actually recruit a decent amount of people while they're out at the event. Because people on social media who may be in a vulnerable spot financially, people who are craving that community like stay-at-home moms and military spouses will be more likely to join during this time because they see the facade that the community is representing. So they're going to see the facade that's promoted on social media during the trip. They're going to see the money that's talked about on the trip. They're going to see the luxury lifestyle, the being able to travel and all of that stuff. Sharing that is going to create a sense of FOMO to their audience to make them want to join. So those are my couple of theories on why I think when people go to these events, they actually do end up recruiting a bunch of people. I have seen this happen. I have seen top reps go on trips, and then I have seen the leaderboards after the trips, and those top reps, maybe they recruited 3 people last month. Now they're recruiting 10 to 15 people the month that they go on the trip. So you're going to see that the reason why that probably happens is FOMO to the audience. Then they're probably going to rank advance and stuff like that because their downlines are now also able to create that FOMO online. And then it's the motivation aspect. I think that these trips, all they do is motivate these reps and manipulate them for a short period of time so that these MLM reps can stay even longer, which just makes their uplines even more money. So that's kind of my theory on the trips and why people who go on these trips seem to make money that month that they're on the trip. So let me know what your theories may be. Maybe you have thought this of like the same things as me, or maybe you have thought of other things that I haven't thought about. Okay, so I've already been filming for a while, and today is Sunday and I'm posting this tomorrow, meaning I have to film, edit, and upload, like schedule it onto YouTube all in one day. So I think I'm just going to react to this one last Instagram story slides, and then I'm going to save the rest of the MLM fails or the rest of the WFABB MLM fails for next month. I'm going to try and do these series a lot more often, not wait 3 months like I just did. My last one was 3 months ago. So if you have any fails from WFABB that you want me to react to, send them to me over on my email. I think it's deannamims.antimlm@gmail.com. I will double check that and make sure that that's right, and I will put it in the description below what email to send it to. But yeah, if you find any more fails from them that you want to send to me, I will also add it to the rest of the fails that I had because I had more than just this, but I'm seeing that I'm talking for forever. So gonna have to cut this video a little bit shorter. So here is a 4 story from the same person we just seen talking on the Instagram story thing. So we're gonna read this, and then I feel like that's gonna be the last one for today. And then I will finish the rest on the next one. So it states, it's about to get real successful over here. We have too many powerhouses under one roof. This company is blowing up, and everyone that trusted in us is coming for the ride. We're taking everyone who matches their words with unstoppable work ethic to the top with us. A company that pays you for your work ethic, not your position. A company with a product everybody needs. LFG, which means like, let's effing go. Then she said, if you're ready to learn the highly valuable skills of investing in marketing and want to be mentored by me, click here or DM me. The part that I wanted to emphasize is where she says, it pays you for your work ethic, not your position. No, in an MLM, you don't get paid for your work ethic at all. With iGenius, the thing that I find really important is if you actually look at their ranks, because like I said, to get those higher bonuses, how do people get up in the MLM is something that we should look at. How are people getting access to those higher bonuses? And if you look at the ranks and the requirements that you have per month for the rank that you're at in iGenius, the only way to rank up in this MLM is to recruit people. And then once you actually get to the rank of Crown, I believe, you actually have to maintain not only reps under you, now your reps have to be a certain rank or higher for you to stay that rank. So what that means is, say I get to like the 5th rank in an MLM and that rank is Crown. Now that means that not only do I need to have a certain amount of people under me that are active for me to maintain this rank, I now need people in my downline to hit a certain rank, like the rank below me. Like this rank says for Crown, you need 2 people to reach the rank of presidential ambassador, which is the rank under Crown. So now you need 4 reps to be active, and then 2 of those 4 reps also need to rank advance. So that shows that this MLM does not pay you based on your work ethic. This MLM pays you on how many people can you recruit and how much can your recruits recruit. And then on top of that, you still need GB. So the point that I want to make is that if it was based off of your work ethic, and that is how you get paid in an MLM, you would get paid for the work you do and the work that you do only. You would not get paid for the work that your downline does for you. Like I stated, MLMs revolve around recruitment. And if you can recruit people, the more those recruits recruit, the more money you make. Plus, the more products that your downline, aka your recruits, buy, the more money you make. Your downline recruiting and buying products has nothing to do with your work ethic. So if it was about work ethic, nobody would get paid off of other people's work. If it was about work ethic, you would only get paid on recruiting people and that's it, and it would stop there, and you would get paid on just the products you sell. You wouldn't get paid off of the products your downline sells. You wouldn't get bonuses based on how your downline performs. You wouldn't get bonuses off of the products that your downline personally spends their money on. But instead, that's not how it works. MLM reps that have a downline that does those things gets to the top of an MLM not by their own work ethic, but they get to the top of an MLM off of other people's work, and they profit off of other people working, while those people will never see the level of success that they see. Most people will end up not making any money or losing money. So in order to get to the top of an MLM, you just make a profit off of other people working and off of their struggles. So I hope that that makes a little bit more sense. When I was watching this footage back, I wanted to do this voiceover because I don't feel like in the moment I said it how I wanted to say it. So I hope that that breaks it down even more. The next slide she said was, I don't think y'all understand what we have planned for WFABB. It's so much more than sales. It's so much more than network marketing. It's a movement to free people from the shackles of a mediocre life. We will have WFABB investment groups who will teach our people how to open multiple businesses, how to master their taxes, and master their life. Network marketing is just the gateway. I've actually found this really interesting when she said WFABB is a movement to free people from the shackles of a mediocre life. I find this interesting because it kind of puts the emphasis on the fact that anyone who is not in an MLM or in network marketing or in WFABB seems to be labeled as someone who's in shackles living a mediocre life. This team does a very big job of promoting the fact that when you live a 9-to-5, you're living that mediocre life. You're living the lifestyle that people want you to live or that society wants you to live. And because you're doing that, you're living a mediocre life. So I found that interesting that that's kind of what they say. So let me know what y'all think about that. So I personally don't feel like that's true. I feel like there are a lot of other ways to to make money and live a well far from mediocre life. I feel like there are a lot of people who work 9 to 5s that live an amazing life. There are a lot of people who are entrepreneurs that are not in multi-level marketing companies, because when you're in an MLM, you're not an entrepreneur, you're an independent contractor selling for a multi-level marketing company, and you're pretty much just like a salesperson for them. So I feel like you have actual entrepreneurs, you have people in corporate, you have people who do a lot of things that love their life and live amazing lifestyles that don't have to base their money off of people under them spending money and recruiting people. So I found that really interesting. Let me know what y'all think about it. And then the next thing she said is, some of y'all are not successful because you're waiting to see the proof of other people doing it first. That mindset will keep in catch-up mode and always put you last in the game. Why would you wait for me or anyone else to be successful before you start working on your success? By that time, I'm insanely successful, and then you then have to decide to start. You're gonna have to fight discouragement every day of why everyone else you've been watching is way ahead of you. That feeling of catching up, scrambling to get ahead, when you could have been growing right alongside me the whole time. Leaders are leaders because they take action. They don't wait on others to confirm their decisions. They press go and figure it the F out. And then the last thing she said is, DM me if you're ready to run with the big boys, hashtag WFABB. So with her saying, some of y'all are not successful because you're waiting to see the proof of other people doing it first, I've never heard anyone say that, but that's just me and my opinion, because I just never heard anybody say that. I've never heard of anyone say, well, I'm not joining this MLM because I want you to get to the top first, and then I want to join when I see you get to the top. I've only heard MLM reps say this. I've never heard someone who is thinking about joining an MLM actually say this. I just hear MLM reps say this and then say that people are using it as an excuse. But I don't know. I don't feel like people really are. Are they? Let me know in the comments below if you've ever done an MLM and people have told you this when you were trying to recruit people, because I'd be curious to see it, because I've just never seen it before. Anyways, that's going to be all for today's video. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Definitely send me any more WFABB fails that you want me to react to, or any team calls of theirs that you want me to react to. I would love to see them and react to them here on my channel. With that being said, I will see you guys on Friday's video. She gets into being a content, no. So I really understood this when I looked. Ooh. So with this, the part that I wanted to emphasize where it is, and you sell a couple products, and then, ew, did I kill it? There was a gnat. That's what I don't like about gnats. You can't see them until they get too close. I watch this camera footage back and I see the gnat just flying next to me the whole time. Please, gnat, go away, please. Anyway, I don't even remember what I was saying.